So we've had this car now for 3 months, and I've driven it actually quite a bit. And so I thought it would be time to finally do a video and say what I think. It's going to be mostly a comparison between this car, so the ID.7 against the ID.3, which we had before this car.
And driving.
And driving, yeah. So it's going to be
driving.
it's about driving. So I already did my first impressions and everything a week after we had the car. But now I'll do how it is to drive. What stands out to me when we drive the car, when I drive the car. So I've driven it actually quite a bit, to and from work. I even drove it on the highway once, and then now we just drove on a country road. So I've experienced, I think, all the conditions that you can have. And when we first got the car, I have to say, I thought that it just felt heavier and it didn't feel as sporty as our ID.3. It's actually not true. It handles the corners just as well. It is just as sporty, but it doesn't feel like it's as sporty. It's not bad. It feels different. It doesn't feel, I don't know. I can't just say, yeah. So, but it is just as sporty. It feels like it's heavier, even though it has the same amount of power. I feel like even though it goes fast and if I have to accelerate, it does, but it just doesn't feel like how it did with the ID.3.
It's interesting.
I don't know why. It just does. Yeah, maybe because it just feels more luxurious.
So you think it feels less acceleration or the same?
It's not, but it feels less.
But how do you know it's not?
You told me. Okay. Otherwise, I would say that it's less.
But feel-wise, you think?
Feel-wise, yeah.
Okay.
So when I drive home from work, it's mostly straight, and then I come to an area where I have to do lots of curves, and I want to go home. So and I don't have the dogs, so I can go a bit in the corners. And with the ID.3, it felt like it was, I don't know, but this one's just as good. Yeah. But it just feels different. And I also feel like, even though you told me this isn't true, but I just feel like it's the braking, the regenerative, whatever it's called, braking isn't as strong in this car. Huh. So I feel like I have to use the brakes more in this car than I did in the ID.3.
I mean, it's the exact opposite.
Really?
So interesting.
Yeah, I do. I felt like with the ID.3, I never had to brake. Yeah, okay. But not as much as I have to brake in this car. The seat is awesome. I already talked about that in my first video. But super comfy to drive in. Nothing bugs me. But that was also in the ID.3 too. When I was driving, the seat didn't bug me.
Okay.
It was only as a passenger.
But in both you need a pillow.
But in both I need a pillow. So right now you can see I don't have my pillow. And this is as high as the seat goes. So yeah, I need a pillow. You can see that half of the heads-up display is gone. Yeah. I didn't adjust the steering wheel. I can somehow.
Nah.
It would be here. Yeah. But I feel better if I have the pillow. But that's not unusual. Most cars are like that for me. There was, I think, very few cars that I didn't need that. Okay, so the heads-up display, I love. You almost don't even see it, except for when you want to. Oh. It kind of, so I'm driving and then, okay, what's the speed limit now? And then I just have to look down a second. And I really like that. I really like that it's there, but it's not distracting. Mm-hmm. It's very helpful. I almost never look at this thing here. I always use it the heads up. Getting in and out of the car, awesome. Yep, it's a nice height for us. Okay, and so from the feel of driving, I feel like it's very smooth, it's very quiet, but similar to the ID.3. I can't say that there's, with the suspension or it's less bumpy or less quiet. I feel like there's no difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're different.
Yeah, we're different. Okay, so this display thing I think is really good. I really like that it's big for a driver, and I think that the way that it's angled, it's easy. So if I have to do something when I'm driving, I don't want to be distracted. Everything's nice and big. I can just do it quickly. It's not a little tiny wee screen. So I feel like the screen, the way that it's positioned, is really good for driving, but not good for a passenger. Because the way that it's angled. It's easy to use. For short passengers. So for me, I have no problem with reaching this. Yeah, okay, for me
but
it's hard.
I get it.
I said this before in my first video, but every time I drive I forget every time, and I know that I was going to forget every time. The seatbelt, I mentioned this before, but it's a kilometer away. So, I mean, look at this.
Yeah, it's no way you can get this.
So, I should put it on first and then move my seat.
Yeah.
But I don't. I forget every single time.
Well,
so,
and usually you have your seat position all the time. It's just with us that I drove before you. But if you drive every day, your seat is in this position.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. So that's, for me, a negative.
Yeah, totally.
But I could... Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But annoying. Every time press to... And even if you do that easy entry as here, it's just a bit. It's not
that's true.
Extremely far, so you could get it.
Okay, so my normal position, I learned this because I paid attention, is when I drive, just without thinking, just my normal comfortable position, everybody has a driving position, is this. So what is this? 3-9, whatever you call it, yeah. So it's about right here.
I thought it's 10-2.
Yeah, okay, 10-2, whatever. Okay, so when I drive, I should put my pillow so you guys can see. So when I have the pillow, there, that's better. Okay. So when I have it's a negative when I have to have my pillow because then I don't have the seat warmer as much.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so now that's better. So when I drive normally, the armrest
is missing.
Is missing for me.
Yeah, because
if I were to drive like this, it would be no problem because then I got as luxury. I got used to it in the ID.3 that I had.
That's true.
Something to put my arm.
Adjustable.
Yeah,
and it's gone.
And this is gone. And
in the door too. But
the door is way far away.
When you have your arms like this, you had never had the.
I think I did.
When you had it like this, yes, but like when you do 10-2, that's extremely high.
I don't know.
There's
here. Something to okay, but you could adjust the other one.
Drive an ID.3 again.
Yeah, maybe. But okay, let's put it like this. I noticed a difference. I don't exactly know what it is, but there's a difference, and it has something to do with this. So maybe if I drive like this, I don't know.
Right.
But I would prefer. I really like the storage space. I think it's really practical. But because this is so big and because this extra space is here, I feel like I would prefer to have for my comfort. If I were to drive, when we did our test, I was, I really want an armrest. It's just nice. Yeah, so I feel like that's gone and missing. But on the other hand, this is a bit corny, but it's true. So
what's corny?
We drive together all the time. And we hold hands all the time when we drive. Yeah, and it's true.
Change hands.
Yeah, no, we do. We always, when we drive, even to work, we hold hands all the time.
We're so cute.
We're so cute, yeah. Not the whole time, but most of the time we hold hands. And this is so comfy to hold hands. I just have to put my hand here and then he'll put his hand here. And it's so comfy for us. Because so before it was always an empty space.
That's true.
It was an empty space and we would just hold hands like this.
There, yeah.
And now I really like that. That it's super comfy for
especially when this is closed.
Yeah, when this is closed, then we hold hands. It's really nice. So I like that. That has nothing to do with driving myself, but I just thought I'd throw that in there.
It's personal. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So we drove on the highway. We did a test, and something that stood out to me, big time. And I think it's amazing, are these...
Blind spot warning?
Yeah. Those are so good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're driving along, you're on the highway, 50,000 cars driving by. You don't even have to look because you see it. No. That's not what I mean.
I know what you mean.
I know. So you see the light? Okay, I know that I can't pass right now. So you wait. So for me, it was less exhausting.
Yeah, you don't have to look 10 times. You look when this light is on.
I'm driving. I look straight ahead. I see a light, and it's a big light that you in both sides. I saw on both sides. I really liked it. That okay, if there's a car coming, I don't have to look. And then when there's no light, then okay, yeah, I can pass. And then you pass. I think those are awesome. I love this car. I think it's awesome. I think it's a big improvement.
Something negative.
There's something negative coming. Okay,
why am I still buckled up?
Yeah, so Chris said you can adjust this.
It is adjusted.
It is adjusted. Okay, no, for me it's horrible. You back up this car and oh my god, that it beeps and it stresses me out. It beeps and beeps and beeps.
Sensors.
No. it's to the max. With the ID.3, I could back that up, no problem, and park, and it would beep at me, and then okay, it was no problem. It didn't. This car, I'm scared. A couple times I tried to park it in the garage. It beeps at me so much that I feel like I'm gonna hit something, and then I would just rather not do it.
I think the reason is that Walter, our ID.3 didn't have sensors on the side, only on the rear, and now we have them on the side as well. So if she's close to something on the side, then it beeps also.
But it's almost terrorizing me. The beeping sound. No, it's I can't stand that. And so I would rather just not back into anything, and I feel like it's exaggerated.
Yeah.
Even
Have it as the quietest setting there is.
No, I can't stand that. Yeah. And another thing I mentioned before.
No, did you mention it before?
No. Another thing. Something. There's the next negative thing that I've mentioned before. But my God, you don't get used to it, and you never will get used to it. Is that blinker? It's so loud. Yeah, I really can't stand the blinker. Yeah. On the highway, when we did our test, I was oh my God, you almost have to have music on so you don't have to listen to that the whole time. Well, yeah, because there are trucks every 2 seconds, so you're passing the whole time, and to listen to that, it was driving me insane. Yeah, it's super loud. Yeah. No, I really don't like that. Yeah. But, yeah, driving, I think it's great. But to be honest, I don't notice that much of a difference between this car and the ID.3.
That's great. Yeah. This is a gigantic car, and if it's
that's true.
Similar to a tiny ID.3, that's amazing.
From the feeling of driving, obviously there's differences on the inside.
Still, how can you see outside of the car around? So when you have to drive into the street, can you see everything?
Yeah,
I
can
see everything.
Yeah.
Backing up, how's the backup camera?
I don't like the fisheye thing. Okay. I don't like backing up in this car at all.
Really?
Yeah.
When Walter was fun?
It was fun. I never had an issue. Huh. Never. I used to back into parking spots all the time.
But the 3D thing is the best. I like this. I only do this.
You only look at this? You don't look at this?
90% I look at this. This is just for what is there, but this is for me, where am I going, where are the obstacles, sound system.
You said that it's supposed to be way better.
It is. To Walter.
Okay, in this circumstance, I would have to sit in an ID.3, listen to music, and then sit in this car.
Walter had no bass.
Really?
Had no subwoofer, no bass. The sound was okay. It was very neutral, but so what we listened to before would not sound like this. It would be. She hasn't driven Walter in 3 months. December 16th, that's true. You have to get an ID.3 and let her drive and see.
See, this is the thing. When I don't drive a car for a long time, obviously I forget how it feels. So if I were to drive, I would probably have more to say. But yeah, there's nothing that stands out to me big time except for the couple of safety features that I really like. So the heads-up display, the lights. But it's basically the same car to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.